In our busy and sometimes crazy world, it can be hard to stay calm when things go wrong, but Buddhism can help us learn how to act like problems don't bother us. By following these teachings, we can develop a way of thinking that brings us inner peace, strength, and a feeling of balance. In this video, we will look at 10 important lessons from Buddhism that can help us on this journey of change. Lesson 1. Embrace impermanence. One of the core teachings of Buddhism is that everything is impermanent. Nothing lasts forever, and everything is constantly changing. By embracing impermanence, we can learn to let go of attachments and find peace in the present moment. Embracing impermanence is a powerful lesson from Buddhism that can help us find inner peace and happiness. By understanding that everything is constantly changing and nothing lasts forever, we can learn to let go of attachments and find peace in the present moment. Cultivate a sense of gratitude for the present moment and the experiences you have, knowing that they are temporary. This can help us appreciate the good things in our lives and find joy in the present moment. Let go of rigid expectations and embrace the uncertainty of life. This opens up space for new possibilities and greater freedom. Embracing impermanence can help us navigate challenges with grace and resilience, allowing us to adapt and innovate in the face of change. Recognize that change is a natural part of life and learn to accept it as a positive force for growth and transformation. Embrace the wisdom that comes from embracing impermanence and use it to grow as a person. By embracing the fleeting nature of life, we can find joy and peace in the present moment, even in the face of challenges. By embracing impermanence is a powerful tool for finding inner peace and happiness. By practicing gratitude, releasing expectations, fostering resilience, accepting change, learning from the experience, and embracing the beauty of impermanence, we can find joy and contentment in the present moment, even as life constantly changes around us. Lesson 2. Cultivate mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and aware of our thoughts, feelings, and surroundings. By cultivating mindfulness, we can learn to observe our thoughts and emotions without getting caught up in them. This can help us stay calm and centered, even in difficult situations. Cultivating mindfulness is a fundamental practice in Buddhism that can greatly contribute to acting as if nothing bothers you. Mindfulness involves being fully present and aware of our thoughts, feelings, and surroundings. Mindfulness is not just a one-time activity, but a daily practice. It can be incorporated into quiet time, meditation, or prayer. By setting aside a few minutes each day to be fully present in the moment, you can cultivate a habit of mindfulness that will help you navigate through the day with more focus and calm. Mindfulness involves managing the mind with keenness. This means observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Instead of getting caught up in negative thoughts, practice being kind to yourself and others, and witness your experiences with curiosity. There are various resources available to help cultivate mindfulness, such as guided meditation exercises and body scan activities. These resources can be valuable tools in developing and deepening your mindfulness practice. Mindfulness is not just about being aware of the present moment, but also about seeking insight and wisdom. Through mindfulness, you can gain a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you, which can be instrumental in learning to act as if nothing bothers you. Mindfulness is not only beneficial for personal well-being, but can also be integrated into the classroom. Teachers can use simple mindfulness exercises to help students practice regulating their emotions and cultivating focus and calm. Incorporating these practices into your daily life can help you cultivate mindfulness, which in turn can empower you to act as if nothing bothers you. By being fully present, managing your mind with kindness, seeking insight and wisdom, and using available resources, you can embrace the transformative power of mindfulness in your life. Lesson 3. Practice compassion. Compassion is the practice of showing kindness and understanding to ourselves and others. By practicing compassion, we can learn to let go of anger and resentment and cultivate a sense of connection and empathy with others. Practicing compassion is a key aspect of Buddhism, and it involves showing kindness and understanding to ourselves and others. One of the most important forms of compassion is being kind to ourselves. This means treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would show to a good friend. When someone is talking to us, give them our full attention and listen actively. This means not just hearing their words, but also trying to understand their feelings and perspective. If we see someone in need, offer to help them in a kind and compassionate way. This can be as simple as holding the door open for someone or offering a listening ear to a friend. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. By practicing empathy, we can learn to see things from other people's perspectives and show compassion in our interactions with them. Holding grudges and harboring resentment can be a source of suffering. By practicing forgiveness, we can let go of negative emotions and show compassion to ourselves and others. Compassion often involves being patient with ourselves and others. This means accepting things as they are, rather than trying to force them to be different. Practicing gratitude involves focusing on the positive aspects of our lives and expressing appreciation for the good things we have. By showing gratitude, we can cultivate a sense of contentment and happiness. By practicing compassion, we can learn to let go of anger and resentment and cultivate a sense of connection and empathy with others. This can help us find inner peace and happiness, even in difficult situations. Lesson 4. Let go of attachments. Attachments are the things we cling to in life, such as material possessions, relationships, and even our own identities. By letting go of attachments, we can learn to find happiness and contentment within ourselves, rather than relying on external factors. Letting go of attachments is a fundamental teaching in Buddhism, emphasizing the importance of releasing our grasp on people, things, and ideas that we cling to for security and comfort. This practice is essential for finding inner peace and contentment. Buddhism teaches that everything is impermanent. By understanding that nothing lasts forever and that change is inevitable, we can begin to let go of our attachments. This realization allows us to find peace in the present moment and not hold on to things that are transient. Cultivating mindfulness and practicing meditation are powerful tools for letting go of attachments. By being fully present and observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment, we can begin to detach ourselves from the constant stream of desires and aversions that lead to attachment. Buddhism warns against the dangers of clinging to attachments, as this can lead to suffering. When we become overly attached, we create a cycle of craving and dissatisfaction, preventing us from experiencing true contentment and happiness. Recognizing this cycle is the first step towards breaking free from the grip of attachment. By practicing non-attachment, we can release our hold on people and things, allowing them the freedom to fulfill us without having the power to destroy us. This is a day-to-day, moment-to-moment commitment that involves changing the way we experience and interact with the world around us. Self-reflection is a key practice in Buddhism for understanding our attachments. By examining the root causes of our attachments and the suffering they bring, we can begin to let go and find true freedom. This process involves recognizing the impermanence of all things and understanding that our sense of worth should not depend on external factors. By letting go of attachments is a transformative practice rooted in the teachings of Buddhism. By embracing impermanence, cultivating mindfulness, understanding the dangers of clinging, practicing non-attachment, and engaging in self-reflection, we can begin to release our hold on attachments and find greater peace, contentment, and compassion in our lives. Lesson 5. Embrace the power of silence. Silence is a powerful tool for cultivating inner peace and stillness. By embracing silence, we can learn to quiet our minds and find a sense of calm and clarity. In Buddhism, the practice of acting as if nothing bothers you is rooted in the belief that all suffering arises from attachment and desires. By striving to detach ourselves from the ups and downs of life, we can free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Lesson 5 focuses on embracing the power of silence as a means to cultivate inner peace and stillness, ultimately aiding our ability to act as if nothing bothers us. Silence has a transformative effect on our minds and emotions. In the noisy and fast-paced world we live in, silence provides us with a much-needed refuge. It allows us to withdraw from external distractions and turn inward to explore our own consciousness. Through silence, we can observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment or identification, gaining insight into their impermanent and transient nature. By intentionally setting aside time for silence in our daily lives, we create space for introspection and self-reflection. This practice enables us to become more aware of our mental and emotional states, as well as the narratives and attachments that contribute to our suffering. Through this awareness, we can begin to question the validity of these narratives and challenge the hold they have on us. Silence also allows us to cultivate a deep sense of presence and mindfulness. As we embrace silence, we become attuned to the present moment, fully immersing ourselves in the here and now. This presence helps us detach from worries about the future or regrets about the past, allowing us to experience a greater sense of peace and serenity. In addition to aiding self-reflection and mindfulness, silence also enhances our ability to communicate effectively and empathetically. When we listen in silence, we offer our undivided attention to those around us. This act of deep listening enables us to truly understand others' perspectives and emotions, leading to more meaningful and compassionate connections. Embracing silence does not mean suppressing or denying our thoughts and emotions. Rather, it involves observing them with a non-reactive and gentle awareness. Through this practice, we can learn to let go of attachments and aversions, realizing that everything is impermanent and subject to change. It is this understanding that allows us to respond to life's challenges with equanimity and composure, acting as if nothing bothers us. Ultimately, the power of silence in Buddhism lies in its ability to bring us closer to our true nature. As we still the mind and let go of attachments, we uncover a profound state of inner peace and stillness. By embracing this power, we cultivate the strength and resilience to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and ease, acting as if nothing bothers us. Lesson 6. Seek wisdom through meditation. Meditation is a powerful tool for cultivating wisdom and insight. By practicing meditation, we can learn to observe our thoughts and emotions without getting caught up in them and gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Meditation is a fundamental aspect of Buddhist philosophy and practice. It involves training the mind to focus and concentrate, enabling us to develop greater awareness and mindfulness in our everyday lives. Through regular meditation, we can develop a heightened sense of our thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations without judgment or attachment. One of the main goals of meditation is to observe our thoughts and emotions objectively, without getting entangled in their web. By doing so, we can gain insight into the nature of our mind and ultimately move beyond the limitations of our conditioned thinking. This practice allows us to detach ourselves from our thoughts and emotions, enabling us to act with greater clarity and wisdom. Through meditation, we learn to acknowledge and accept the impermanence of all phenomena, including our thoughts and emotions. We recognize that they arise and pass away, and that we have the power to choose whether or not to react to them. By cultivating this awareness, we can respond to challenging situations with equanimity and remain undisturbed by the external world. Furthermore, meditation helps us cultivate compassion and empathy for ourselves and others. As we deepen our understanding of our own experiences, we develop greater empathy for the struggles and suffering of others. This empathetic awareness guides our actions and interactions, allowing us to respond with kindness, empathy, and understanding. The practice of meditation is not limited to a specific location or time. It can be done in formal settings, such as meditation centers or temples, but it can also be integrated into our everyday life. We can engage in mindfulness practices during routine activities like walking, eating, or even washing dishes. By bringing our attention fully to the present moment, we cultivate a sense of calm and presence in our daily lives. Lesson 7. Accept suffering as part of life. Suffering is an inevitable part of life, but by accepting it and learning from it, we can find meaning and purpose in our struggles. By embracing suffering, we can learn to find strength and resilience in the face of adversity. In Buddhism, the concept of accepting suffering as part of life is a fundamental principle that teaches individuals to cultivate inner peace and equanimity. This lesson emphasizes the importance of acknowledging and embracing suffering rather than trying to avoid or suppress it. One of the first steps in accepting suffering is to recognize its existence and understand that it is a universal experience. The Buddha himself taught that life is inherently marked by various forms of suffering, including physical pain, emotional distress, and the inevitable process of aging and death. By acknowledging this truth, we can develop a realistic outlook on life, free from false expectations or illusions. Acceptance does not mean resignation or passive surrender to suffering. Instead, it involves an active engagement with our experiences, allowing us to learn and grow from them. By acknowledging and accepting our suffering, we acknowledge our humanity and connect with the shared experiences of others, fostering empathy and compassion. Acceptance enables us to find meaning and purpose in our struggles. Through suffering, we are given the opportunity to learn important life lessons, develop resilience, and cultivate inner strength. It is through adversity that we often discover our truest selves as we confront our fears, limitations, and attachments. Buddhism teaches that attachment and aversion are at the root of suffering. When we accept suffering, we learn to let go of our attachments and aversions, which leads to a sense of liberation and freedom. By observing our suffering without becoming entangled in it, we can develop a greater sense of clarity and discernment, enabling us to respond to challenges with wisdom and compassion. Practicing meditation and mindfulness plays a vital role in accepting suffering. By cultivating present moment awareness, we can observe our mental and emotional states without judgment or resistance. This practice allows us to develop an inner refuge, a place of calm amidst the storm of suffering. Through meditation, we can develop a deep understanding of the impermanent nature of all experiences, including suffering, and cultivate a sense of equanimity. The lesson of accepting suffering as part of life is rooted in the wisdom of Buddhism. By embracing suffering, we can find meaning, purpose, and growth in our struggles. Through acceptance, we develop resilience and strength, freeing ourselves from the bondage of attachment and aversion. By practicing meditation and mindfulness, we cultivate a deep sense of inner peace and equanimity. Ultimately, acceptance of suffering leads to a more compassionate and awakened life. Lesson 8. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is the practice of focusing on the positive aspects of our lives, rather than dwelling on the negative. By practicing gratitude, we can learn to appreciate the good things in our lives and find joy and contentment in the present moment. Gratitude is a powerful mindset that helps shift our focus from what bothers us to what brings us joy and contentment. Buddhism teaches that our suffering often comes from our attachment to desires and the constant pursuit of wanting more. By cultivating gratitude, we can free ourselves from this endless cycle of craving and find peace within ourselves. To practice gratitude, we must start by being mindful of the positive aspects of our lives. This can include acknowledging the simple pleasures such as a warm cup of tea, a beautiful sunset, or the love and support of our loved ones. By bringing our awareness to these blessings, we can begin to appreciate and be grateful for them. One way to cultivate gratitude is by keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, take a few moments to write down 3 things you are grateful for. It can be as small as a kind gesture from a stranger or as significant as a major achievement or milestone. The act of writing it down helps us to fully acknowledge and internalize our gratitude. Another powerful practice is to express gratitude towards others. Take the time to tell someone how much you appreciate them and the positive impact they have had on your life. This act of kindness not only strengthens your relationships, but also deepens your sense of gratitude. Mindfulness meditation is another technique that can help us develop gratitude. By sitting in silence and focusing on our breath, we can become aware of the present moment and the blessings it holds. During these moments of stillness, we can reflect on the things we are grateful for, renewing our sense of appreciation. Incorporating acts of kindness and generosity into our daily lives is yet another way to practice gratitude. By helping others and cultivating compassion, we not only spread positivity, but also increase our own sense of gratitude for the abundance we have. By embracing the practice of gratitude in our lives, we can slowly learn to act as if nothing bothers us. This doesn't mean we deny or ignore our challenges, but rather we shift our focus towards the goodness that surrounds us. By appreciating the positives, we can find strength and resilience in difficult times, making it easier to navigate life's ups and downs with a sense of calm and equanimity. Remember, gratitude is a practice that requires consistent effort and mindfulness. It may not always come naturally, especially in moments of stress or adversity, but with time and commitment, it can become a powerful tool for living a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Lesson 9. Foster patience. Patience is the practice of accepting things as they are, rather than trying to force them to be different. By fostering patience, we can learn to stay calm and centered in the face of challenges and find peace in the present moment. In our fast-paced and unpredictable world, patience can be a valuable asset. It allows us to navigate difficult situations with grace and composure, rather than succumbing to frustration or impatience. By cultivating patience, we can learn to weather the storms of life without being swayed by them. One of the fundamental teachings of Buddhism is the impermanence of all things. Nothing in this world remains static. Everything is in a constant state of flux. Understanding this truth enables us to accept the ups and downs of life with equanimity. Instead of resisting or fighting against the inevitable changes, we can learn to flow with them. To foster patience, it is crucial to develop mindfulness and awareness. This involves being fully present in each moment, observing our thoughts, emotions, and reactions without judgment. By cultivating this non-judgmental awareness, we can begin to let go of our attachments and expectations, which are often the root causes of impatience. Another aspect of developing patience is acknowledging that we cannot control everything. We must recognize our limits and surrender to the fact that there are circumstances beyond our control. By accepting this truth, we can let go of the tendency to resist or attempt to force outcomes to align with our desires. Practicing patience also requires self-compassion and self-care. It means being kind to ourselves and understanding that we are human beings with limitations and vulnerabilities. Taking the time to rest, recharge, and engage in activities that bring us joy can help cultivate the patience needed to navigate life's challenges. Additionally, it is beneficial to cultivate patience in our relationships with others. Learning to listen attentively, empathize, and offer understanding can help diffuse conflicts and promote harmonious interactions. Patience allows us to truly hear and connect with others without jumping to conclusions or reacting impulsively. Fostering patience is an essential practice in Buddhism and in acting as if nothing bothers us. It is the art of accepting things as they are and finding peace within the present moment. By developing mindfulness, letting go of attachments, acknowledging our limitations, and cultivating self-compassion, we can navigate life's challenges with grace and composure. Patience empowers us to face the ups and downs of life with equanimity, fostering a sense of inner peace and contentment. Lesson 10. Embrace the concept of interdependence. Interdependence is the idea that everything in the universe is connected and interrelated. By embracing interdependence, we can learn to see ourselves as part of a larger whole and cultivate a sense of connection and compassion with all beings. In Buddhism, the concept of interdependence holds great importance. It suggests that our existence is interconnected with everything else in the universe. This notion teaches us to see beyond our narrow focus and understand that our actions and choices have consequences that ripple through the interconnected web of life. When we truly understand and embody interdependence, we develop a profound sense of interconnectedness which can transform the way we perceive and respond to the challenges and difficulties of life. One of the key teachings in Buddhism is that nothing exists in isolation. Our thoughts, emotions, actions, and even our very existence are intertwined with the world around us. This perspective encourages us to realize that we are not separate individuals, but rather part of a vast and intricate network of relationships. When we fully embrace interdependence, we begin to recognize the impact of our thoughts, words, and actions on ourselves and others. We become aware that our happiness and well-being are linked with the well-being of others, and their happiness is intertwined with ours. Consequently, acting as if nothing bothers us becomes less about denying or suppressing our emotions, and more about understanding how our reactions can affect others. By deepening our understanding of interdependence, we cultivate empathy, compassion, and a greater sense of interconnectedness. We start to view challenges and adversities as shared experiences rather than burdens that we must face alone. This shift in perspective allows us to respond with equanimity, resilience, and wisdom. To practice acting as if nothing bothers us through the lens of interdependence, we can engage in several mindful activities. One approach is to develop a daily gratitude practice, where we acknowledge and appreciate the interconnectedness of all beings and the support we receive from them. This cultivates a sense of gratitude and reduces our tendency to focus solely on our own troubles. Another practice involves practicing compassion and kindness towards ourselves and others. When faced with challenging situations, we can remind ourselves that everyone is interconnected and may be facing their own struggles. By extending compassion to ourselves and others, we create a ripple effect of understanding and support. Meditation is another valuable tool for deepening our understanding of interdependence. During meditation, we can reflect on the interrelated nature of existence, bringing our attention to the subtle connections that permeate our lives. This practice nurtures a sense of interconnectedness within us and expands our capacity to act as if nothing bothers us. By embracing the concept of interdependence is a crucial lesson in Buddhism that can help us act as if nothing bothers us. By recognizing our interconnectedness with the world around us, we develop compassion, empathy, and a greater understanding of our shared experiences. Through practices such as gratitude, compassion, and meditation, we can strengthen our ability to navigate challenges with grace and equanimity. Buddhism offers powerful teachings that can help us learn how to act as if nothing bothers us. By embracing impermanence, cultivating mindfulness, practicing compassion, letting go of attachments, embracing silence, seeking wisdom through meditation, accepting suffering as part of life, practicing gratitude, fostering patience, and embracing the concept of interdependence, we can find inner peace and happiness even in the face of life's challenges.